Who was D.B. Cooper? The world is full of mysteries. We chase shadows, seeking answers that may never come. Some stories remain forever unsolved, puzzles with missing pieces. The case of D.B. Cooper is one such mystery. A name whispered in hushed tones, a story told and retold, yet forever shrouded in uncertainty. On a cold November evening in 1971, a man hijacked a plane. He demanded a ransom. Then, in a daring move, he parachuted into the night, vanishing without a trace. His fate? Unknown. His true identity? A mystery. D.B. Cooper became a phantom, a legend whispered on the wind. For decades, investigators have chased shadows, searching for answers that seemed to slip through their fingers. The case went cold, then reignited with each tantalizing clue. Yet the heart of the mystery remained elusive. The D.B. Cooper incident is a testament to the enduring power of the unknown. It is a story that captures our imaginations, reminding us that some mysteries may never be solved. This is the story of D.B. Cooper, a tale woven from fact, speculation, and the enduring allure of the unknown. It is a journey into the heart of a mystery, an exploration of the events that unfolded on that fateful night and the decades of intrigue that followed. We invite you to step into the shadows, to examine the evidence and to confront the lingering questions that surround this enigmatic case. Was D.B. Cooper a master criminal, a cunning mind who orchestrated the perfect crime? Or was he an ordinary man, driven to desperate measures, a victim of circumstance who met an unknown fate? The answers remain elusive, hidden within the labyrinth of this unsolved mystery. Prepare to delve into the world of air piracy, ransom demands, and a daring escape into the night. We will explore the meticulous planning, the audacious execution, and the relentless pursuit that followed. But be warned, the deeper we descend into this mystery, the more questions arise. This is a story that will challenge your perceptions, ignite your curiosity, and leave you pondering the limits of human ingenuity. The mystery of D.B. Cooper is a puzzle box with countless possibilities. Are you ready to open it? The Portland airport bustled with the usual pre-holiday energy. Travelers hurried to their gates, their faces a mix of anticipation and weariness. Outside, a light rain fell, shrouding the tarmac in a misty haze. It was a day like any other, or so it seemed. Amidst the throng of passengers, a man moved with an air of quiet confidence. He wore a dark suit and a thin black tie. His appearance nondescript, forgettable. He carried himself with a quiet intensity, his eyes hidden behind a pair of stylish sunglasses. This was the man who would soon become known to the world as D.B. Cooper. He approached the Northwest Orient Airlines ticket counter, his steps measured and deliberate. "Seattle?" he said to the agent, his voice calm and collected. He paid for his ticket in cash, a one-way fare, and requested a seat in the rear of the aircraft. There was nothing in his demeanor to suggest that he was about to embark on a journey that would forever etch his name in the annals of criminal history. Boeing 727, Flight 305, prepared for its routine flight to Seattle. Passengers boarded, settling into their seats, their thoughts consumed with the upcoming holidays or the business meetings that awaited them. Among them sat D.B. Cooper, an enigma cloaked in normalcy. The plane taxied to the runway, the engines roaring to life, a symphony of mechanical power. As the aircraft lifted into the sky, piercing the low-hanging clouds, Cooper remained an unremarkable figure, lost in the anonymity of the crowded cabin. He ordered a drink, a bourbon and soda, sipping it slowly as the plane soared above the Cascade Mountains. The flight attendants went about their duties, their smiles professional and welcoming, unaware that they were sharing the cabin with a man about to commit an audacious crime. The flight attendant smiled as she approached Cooper's row. "Can I get you anything else, sir?" she asked, her tone polite and efficient. Cooper met her gaze, his expression unreadable behind the dark lenses of his sunglasses. He reached into his pocket and produced a small, folded piece of paper. "Miss," he said, his voice low and steady, "I have a bomb." The flight attendant's smile faltered. She glanced at the note, her eyes widening as she registered the neatly printed words. A chill snaked down her spine. This was no ordinary passenger, this was a hijacking. Cooper's instructions were chillingly clear. $200,000 in cash, 4 parachutes and a fuel truck standing by in Seattle. He lifted his briefcase, offering a glimpse of wires and what appeared to be a detonator. Fear tightened its grip on the flight attendant. She knew with chilling certainty that this man was not bluffing. The note quivered in the flight attendant's trembling hand. The neatly printed words, stark against the white paper, outlined a chilling ultimatum. $200,000, a king's ransom at the time, in unmarked bills. 4 parachutes, 2 primary and 2 reserve, their condition unquestionable. And a fuel truck on standby at Seattle-Tacoma Airport, ready to refuel the aircraft upon arrival. Failure to comply, the note implied with chilling brevity, would have dire consequences. News of the hijacking spread through the Boeing 727 like wildfire. Whispers rippled through the cabin, morphing into hushed conversations, then escalating into panicked exclamations. Fear, raw and visceral, pulsed within the confined space. Passengers exchanged anxious glances, their faces pale, their eyes wide with terror. The mundane in-flight announcements were replaced by a chilling silence, broken only by the hum of the engines and the frantic beating of hearts. The pilot, his voice strained but steady, contacted air traffic control. The gravity of the situation crackled through the radio waves, igniting a chain reaction that would set in motion a massive law enforcement response. The FBI was alerted, their agents scrambling to assemble a team, a sense of urgency gripping their every move. The wheels of justice, usually slow and deliberate, were forced into overdrive. Amidst the escalating tension, D.B. Cooper remained an island of composure. He spoke little, his voice a low murmur that did little to betray the audacity of his actions. He sipped his bourbon, his gaze distant, as if observing the unfolding drama from a detached, almost clinical perspective. This was not the erratic behavior of a desperate man, but the calculated demeanor of someone in control. He interacted with the crew with a strange politeness, thanking them for their cooperation, even ordering meals for the pilots and flight attendants during the unexpected delay. His courtesy seemed to heighten the surreal nature of the situation, creating a disconcerting contrast between the mundane and the menacing. It was as if he were a guest in his own twisted game, a puppet master orchestrating events from the shadows. Passengers, peering nervously from their seats, struggled to reconcile the man's calm facade with the terrifying reality of their predicament. Was this a cunning act? A carefully crafted persona designed to lull them into a false sense of security? Or was there a deeper layer to this enigmatic figure, a hidden motivation that defied easy explanation? Section 3. Countdown in Seattle. As Flight 305 circled above Seattle-Tacoma Airport, the authorities below raced against time. The ransom money, hastily assembled from local banks, was counted, stacked and loaded onto a waiting vehicle. Parachutes, their lines meticulously checked, were added to the cargo, each one a potential lifeline in the unfolding drama. The air crackled with tension, every minute an eternity. Negotiators, their voices calm and reassuring, established contact with Cooper. Their words, carefully chosen, aimed to de-escalate the situation, to buy precious time. Every syllable was a gamble, a delicate dance between appeasement and assertion, as they sought to understand the mind of the man holding a plane full of passengers hostage. The fuel truck, its tank filled to capacity, manoeuvred into position, a stark reminder of the stakes involved. Emergency vehicles, their lights flashing silently in the gathering darkness, formed a protective cordon around the designated landing strip. The stage was set for a high-stakes exchange, a delicate ballet of demands and compliance, with lives hanging precariously in the balance. With the ransom secured and the parachutes loaded, D.B. Cooper issued his next set of instructions. He directed the pilots to chart a course south towards Mexico City, flying at a low altitude and a reduced airspeed. The Boeing 727, now a pawn in his audacious game, taxied back onto the runway, its departure a strange echo of its earlier arrival. As the plane climbed into the darkening sky, Seattle receded below, its twinkling lights fading into the distance. Inside the cabin, the atmosphere remained tense, a strange mix of relief and apprehension hanging in the air. The passengers, recently freed from their ordeal, huddled together, their whispered conversations a testament to the shared experience that had irrevocably bound them. The flight crew, still very much under Cooper's control, carried out his instructions with a forced calmness, their every movement scrutinized by the enigmatic hijacker. The hum of the engines provided a constant, almost hypnotic backdrop to the unfolding drama, a relentless reminder that they were suspended thousands of feet above the ground, their fate intertwined with that of the man who held them captive. Somewhere over the dense forests of southwest Washington state, D.B. Cooper made his move. He directed the crew to dim the cabin lights, plunging the interior of the plane into an eerie darkness, broken only by the faint glow of the instrument panels. The air grew thick with anticipation, every creak and groan of the aircraft magnified in the silence. Cooper, with a calmness that bordered on the surreal, donned one of the parachutes, its harness a stark reminder of the perilous act he was about to undertake. He gathered the ransom money, its weight a tangible symbol of his audacious crime. Then, with a final glance at the crew, a look that could have been either a farewell or a threat, he approached the aft stairs, the only exit from the aircraft in flight. The crew, their faces etched with anxiety, watched as Cooper opened the aft stairs, the roar of the engines filling the cabin as the outside air rushed in. The plane shuddered, its delicate equilibrium momentarily disrupted by the sudden change in pressure. For a moment, time seemed to stand still, the air thick with unspoken fear and a strange sense of inevitability. Section 3. Vanished. With a final, determined movement, D.B. Cooper stepped into the night. The wind, howling like a banshee, tore at his body as he disappeared from view. The Boeing 727, suddenly lighter by a single passenger and a bag full of money, lurched upwards, its equilibrium restored. Inside the cabin, an eerie silence descended. The crew, their hearts pounding in their chests, rushed to the open stairs, their eyes straining to pierce the darkness. But Cooper was gone, swallowed by the night, his descent into the unknown hidden by the impenetrable blackness. He had vanished like a phantom, leaving behind a trail of questions and a legacy that would forever be shrouded in mystery. The plane, now a crime scene suspended in mid-air, continued its flight path for a short time, its trajectory monitored by radar. its every movement tracked by a growing number of disbelieving observers on the ground. But the man who had commandeered it, the man who had executed one of the most audacious heists in aviation history, was nowhere to be found. Section 1. A frantic search. News of the hijacking, once a tightly guarded secret, exploded across newsrooms like a bombshell. The audacity of the crime, the mystery surrounding the hijacker's identity, and the daring escape into the night captivated the nation. The name D.B. Cooper, a moniker born from a simple alias, became synonymous with daring, mystery, and the enduring allure of the unknown. The FBI, their reputation on the line, launched a massive manhunt, their agents swarming over the suspected drop zone like ants on a dropped crumb. Forests were combed, rivers dredged, and farms searched, their efforts fueled by a mix of professional obligation and a burning desire to bring the elusive Cooper to justice. The scale of the search was unprecedented, a testament to the gravity of the crime and the public's fascination with the case. Military helicopters, their searchlights cutting through the darkness, scoured the rugged terrain, their powerful engines a counterpoint to the silence of the night. Teams of investigators, their faces grim, their steps heavy with fatigue, followed every lead, every rumor, every whisper that might lead them to the missing hijacker. But Cooper, like a phantom, had vanished without a trace. Section 2. Dead or alive? As days turned into weeks and weeks into months, the question on everyone's mind remained unanswered. What happened to D.B. Cooper? Had he survived the perilous jump, his body swallowed by the dense forests of the Pacific Northwest? Or had he perished in the attempt, his bones left to bleach under the unforgiving sun? Theories abounded, each one a thread in the tapestry of speculation that surrounded the case. Some experts, citing the treacherous terrain and the unforgiving weather conditions, argued that Cooper's jump was a suicide mission, a desperate gamble with death. They pointed to the lack of a confirmed sighting, the absence of a credible claim of identity, as evidence that he had not survived the night. Others, their imaginations fueled by the sheer audacity of Cooper's escape, clung to the hope that he had somehow cheated death, that he was living out his days under an assumed identity, the stolen money funding a life on the run. They saw his meticulous planning, his calm demeanor as signs of a criminal mastermind, a man capable of pulling off the impossible. Section 3. The Money Trail. In 1980, nearly a decade after the hijacking, a young boy playing on the banks of the Columbia River made a discovery that would breathe new life into the dormant case. Partially buried in the sand, its bills faded and waterlogged, lay a bundle of money, its serial numbers a perfect match to the ransom paid to D.B. Cooper. The discovery of the money, both a tangible link to the crime and a source of endless speculation, only deepened the mystery. Had Cooper stashed the cash during his escape, only for the river to shift its course and reveal his hidden treasure? Or was this a deliberate act? A message from beyond the grave, a final taunt from a master manipulator? Forensic experts meticulously examined the recovered bills, hoping to extract DNA evidence, fingerprints, anything that might lead them to the elusive hijacker. But the money, like the man who had stolen it, seemed determined to hold on to its secrets. The trail had gone cold again, leaving investigators with more questions than answers. Section 1. The Mastermind Theory. The audacity of D.B. Cooper's crime, coupled with his seemingly flawless execution, has led many to believe that he was a seasoned criminal, a master planner who meticulously orchestrated every detail of his daring heist. This theory paints Cooper as a cunning strategist, a man who understood the intricacies of aviation, law enforcement, and human psychology. Proponents of the Mastermind Theory point to Cooper's calm demeanor throughout the hijacking, his specific knowledge of the Boeing 727, and his ability to disappear without a trace as evidence of his criminal sophistication. They believed that he had likely studied flight manuals, familiarized himself with the terrain around Seattle, and perhaps even practiced his parachute jump in the weeks leading up to the hijacking. Furthermore, the Mastermind Theory suggests that Cooper had carefully calculated his every move, anticipating the authorities' response and planning his escape route with meticulous detail. They believe that he had a safe house prepared, a network of accomplices waiting to assist him, and a plan in place to disappear into obscurity, his ill-gotten gains funding a new life far from the reach of the law. Section 2. The Unlucky Gambler Theory. In stark contrast to the Mastermind Theory, the Unlucky Gambler Theory posits that D.B. Cooper was not a seasoned criminal, but rather a desperate man driven to extremes by circumstance. This theory suggests that Cooper, far from being a meticulous planner, was actually an amateur gambler who had stumbled upon a high-stakes scheme that had spiraled out of control. Those who subscribe to the Unlucky Gambler Theory point to the high-risk nature of Cooper's plan, the numerous unknown variables he faced, and the lack of concrete evidence linking him to any prior criminal activity. They argue that his calm demeanor could have been a facade, a mask hiding a torrent of fear and uncertainty. Furthermore, this theory suggests that Cooper's choice of escape parachuting into the wilderness on a dark, stormy night was a desperate act of an amateur, not the calculated move of a seasoned professional. They believe that he may have misjudged the terrain, overestimated his abilities, or succumbed to the elements, his body lost forever in the vast expanse of the Pacific Northwest. Despite decades of investigation, countless theories, and the tantalizing clues unearthed along the way, the fate of D.B. Cooper remains one of the most enduring mysteries of our time. The case, officially closed by the FBI in 2016, continues to captivate the public imagination, inspiring books, documentaries, and endless speculation. Was D.B. Cooper a brilliant criminal mastermind who vanished into thin air, his ill-gotten gains funding a life of luxury and anonymity? Or was he an unlucky gambler who met a tragic end in the unforgiving wilderness, his body swallowed by the elements, his story a cautionary tale of desperation and hubris? The answers, like the man himself, remain elusive, hidden within a puzzle box of forensic evidence, eyewitness accounts, and tantalizing clues that never quite seem to fit together. The D.B. Cooper case, a testament to the enduring power of the unknown, continues to challenge our perceptions, ignite our imaginations, and remind us that some mysteries may never be solved. The D.B. Cooper case, despite being one of the most intensely investigated crimes in American history, remains unsolved. The FBI, after decades of chasing shadows and dead ends, officially closed the case in 2016, citing a lack of actionable leads. Yet, the mystery persists, fueled by the lack of definitive answers and the tantalizing possibility that Cooper, against all odds, might have gotten away with it. The case serves as a stark reminder of the limitations of even the most sophisticated investigative techniques when pitted against a cunning adversary, and the vastness of the unknown. It underscores the fact that some crimes, despite our best efforts, may forever remain shrouded in mystery, their secrets locked away in the annals of time. The unsolved nature of the case has also given rise to a cottage industry of amateur sleuths, each with their own theories and interpretations of the evidence. For them, the D.B. Cooper case is not just a cold case, but an ongoing puzzle, a challenge to their intellect and a testament to the enduring power of mystery. The D.B. Cooper case, far from fading into obscurity, has become a cultural phenomenon, its story woven into the fabric of American folklore. It has inspired countless books, documentaries, podcasts, and even a Hollywood movie, each attempting to unravel the mystery and offer their own interpretation of events. Cooper's daring heist, his enigmatic persona, and his improbable disappearance have captured the public imagination, transforming him into an unlikely anti-hero. He has become a symbol of audacious rebellion, a modern-day Robin Hood who dared to challenge the system and vanish into thin air. The enduring fascination with the D.B. Cooper case speaks to our innate desire for stories that challenge our perceptions, that remind us that the impossible is sometimes possible. It is a story that transcends generations, its allure undiminished by the passage of time. The D.B. Cooper case, at its core, is a story about the allure of the unknown. It is about the enduring power of mystery, our fascination with unanswered questions, and the tantalizing possibility that some secrets may forever remain hidden. It is a story that reminds us that the world is full of wonders and enigmas, of events that defy easy explanation and challenge our understanding of what is possible. It is a story that invites us to embrace the unknown, to revel in the mystery, and to never stop searching for answers. So, what became of D.B. Cooper? Did he survive his daring escape, his ill-gotten gains funding a new life far from the prying eyes of the law? Or did he meet a more tragic end, his body lost forever in the unforgiving wilderness? The answer, like the man himself, remains elusive, a whisper on the wind, a shadow in the night. But the story, like all great mysteries, continues to captivate us, its allure undiminished by the passage of time.